Have you ever thought about what your life could be like if you were able to be a full-time entrepreneur? Well, as of the making of this video, it's April 2nd, 2021, and yesterday was my last day at my dream job. And I'll tell you why I left in just a minute, but check this out. Check this out. I had the opportunity to continue to stay on board with my company, work part-time, 2 days a week, and if I would have just stayed through April, I would have made about $10,000 in commissions just for staying on. So you might wonder, what? Why the heck would you leave? You could have made $10,000 in commissions for working part-time 2 days a week and staying on. Well, I know, it's a little bit ridiculous, and I'm gonna explain to you why I left anyways. Cue the intro. All right guys, so check this out. In this video, I'm gonna share with you how much I was making at work. And it's weird to do this, it feels uncomfortable. I'm not doing this to show off or brag or impress. And some of you might go, I'm not impressed at all, and that's cool because that's not the point. The point is to share my journey, and it's to be able to provide some sort of encouragement and motivation. And because maybe you have a dream of wanting to work as a business owner, an entrepreneur, and you're scared and you have fears and you're like, I don't want to leave the financial stability. I want to keep making money. I'm making good money. I have good benefits. And so you're potentially scared to make the leap. So that's why I'm going to share this with you, is because I want to share that part of the journey. It's easy to talk the talk. Like, it's easy to talk the talk about quitting your job, especially if you're doing good and like you're actually pretty happy at work and your situation's not bad. It's really hard to then make the leap. So that's why I'm going to share that part of the journey with you. And keep in mind, this was it was a really hard decision. It was a really hard decision. It was really challenging. I'll tell you more about what I did and the role and all that stuff, but let's talk money. Oh, before I do that, please like and subscribe to the channel. I'm basically going to be pulling my pants down and showing you and telling you how much money I was making at work. So the least you could do is like and subscribe. It helps the channel a lot, helps it to grow, and for YouTube algorithm to show it to more and more people. Also, over 800 people have downloaded my 7-step blueprint to business profits in 60 days. It'll show you how you can get any business profitable in any industry at any time. We did it with our franchise businesses that we invested over $300,000 in. You trust me, you're gonna wanna get it. Get it at tariqjohnson.com. I'll leave a link in the description below. And then also, I'm so excited about this. I'm gonna be hosting a free online virtual summit with 8 business experts that have created multi-million-dollar businesses, help people create multi-million-dollar businesses. It's totally free. It's on April 14th. You gotta make sure to register. If you're watching this after April 14th, still go to the website. It's dreamlifemastery.com. The website may not be up as soon as I post this video, so if it's not, as long as you went to my website, tariqjohnson.com, and downloaded the blueprint, you'll be on my email list and I'll let you know when that site is ready, but you're not gonna wanna miss it. It's gonna be so amazing. It's called Employee to Entrepreneur. All right, so first I'm gonna go through how much I was making at work, and then I'll share with you how much I was making I've been making in my online business, which has to do with YouTube and basically my online business. What I'm not going to share with you is how much I was making in my franchise businesses, because there are regulations around franchising, and I don't feel comfortable sharing that part. So I'm still going to share a lot of really awesome stuff. I'm just not going to share how much money my franchise business makes. So in December 2020, I made $17,300 at work. And again, that's not including my online business. I'm going to show you in a little bit after I go through my work income how much I was making in my online business. But $17,300 at work, which, you know, very, very grateful for. I was in a position where I had the opportunity to have a really nice salary, make money off of commissions and incentives based on the division that I oversaw and how much revenue and sales it was generating for the company. Now, in January of 2021, I made $13,250 at work. Again, that's not including my online business, and I wound up having a pretty big month in my online business. The reason why my income fluctuated so much was because again, I got paid off of commissions for a good portion of my income. So it depended upon our production for my team and the division that I oversaw. Also in December, I got a really generous end of the year bonus at work, which was really, really nice of them. And then in February at work, I wound up making $14,620.22. This is again just from salary and commission. And then in March of 2021, I wind up going part-time to 2 days a week. I wind up putting in my notice at work at the beginning of March, shifting to a part-time role. And in March, I made $8,838.47 part-time, working 2 days a week. All right, so some of you may be thinking, dude, what's wrong with you? Like, are you crazy? Why would you leave a job where you were making up to almost $18,000 a month in income, and you were making almost $9,000 a month part-time? And then if you just hung on a month, you would have made another 10 grand in commissions. And yeah, like what's your deal? Well, here's the thing, hear me out. Being an entrepreneur has been a dream of mine for so long. Like I have, for the last 15 years, wanted to be a successful entrepreneur. So it's like, sometimes it's like, are you gonna sell out on your dream just because you're making good money, just because you're comfortable, just because things are going well? Like that's what I was asking myself. Like I have a 2-year-old son, and you know, and I'm married and have a wife. And for me, I thought about the idea of like, what legacy and inspiration and example do I want to create for my son, right? If I don't pursue my dream and go after what it is that I really want in life while he's young and while I now have the opportunity to really go for it, how will that impact him? Seeing his dad do work that, although I liked my work, it wasn't my dream. And so I wanted to set that example for my son, and there were many other reasons behind it. I won't go into all of that in this video, but just know that your why is so important to making the jump and making the leap. So here's the thing. Here's what I was doing at work. One, let me just say that I truly enjoyed what I did. It was really probably my dream job. I was on the senior leadership and executive team for the company, helping to drive the corporate decisions of the company. I oversaw an entire division. My division was the growth engine for the company, doing over 30% growth a year. I mean, there were just so many amazing things. Like, I jumped off of a ship that was like taking off to the moon. So it was a really weird feeling, but the company culture was really unique. They really cared about the employees. It was a small financial services company, and it really was an amazing opportunity. I was really fortunate and blessed. I really wasn't the most technically skilled for the role, but I was really good at getting stuff done and making progress and moving the ball down the field. And I kind of became like the right-hand man to one of the owners in the company. And so because of that, I was in a really good spot in a comfortable position. And right before I left, one of the owners made me a very, very generous offer. And I don't want to share the details out of respect for what that was, but I'll just say it was very generous, and I would have wound up making a lot more money than what I revealed to you of what I was making. So it was even crazier that I wind up making this jump and leaving. But let me share with you what my online business was doing. So a little bit over a year ago, I started a YouTube channel, and I had this plan to build this YouTube channel and be able to wind up getting clients from it and help people. And I didn't quite know exactly where I was going with it all. But I wound up hiring a coach in September of 2020 and setting some goals and some plans to build up an income on this online business and how to set up that strategy and that plan. And so we did that. And so I want to fast forward throughout that conversation. I made a whole nother video on this and the details of how that worked and the planning and all that stuff. So this was the video, and there will be a link in the description below, but I think the video was titled like how I made like $7,700 on YouTube in the month of January. So if you find that video, that's the video where I explain all of the details. But in December of 2020, I launched my business coaching and consulting, and quite honestly, I half bleeped it. You know, I didn't really put a lot of effort and energy into it, but I was able to generate $2,250 in December of 2020, launching my coaching and consulting business. And so with the $17,300 that I made at work, I made almost $20,000 between those two things. Again, that's not counting my franchise income in December of 2020. Now, January of 2021 was a really, really exciting month for my business. So I wound up doing over $8,500 in revenue in my coaching and consulting business in the month of January. I'm sorry, about $7,500 of it or so was from YouTube. And then I had some other consulting that I did on the side. And so that was super exciting. You take what I had made at my employer in the month of January, then making over $8,500 in my business. So that was about over $21,000 that month in January, which was super, super exciting, super exciting. And now keep in mind at this point, I was really like, okay, starting to really think about what that transition would look like, because it's like, holy crap, I made $8,500 part-time in my business. Like, what could I do full-time? This is crazy. In the month of February, I had a little bit of a flop in my business. I did only about $1,500 in my business, but I had some really good momentum. I had a ton of calls with people that were interested in my coaching. So I was really setting myself to be in a better position. And I felt good about the momentum I was creating, even though I didn't generate that much money. So it still put me in a really good position overall in total comp in the month of February. And then in the month of March. So I had committed to myself with my coach when I hired him back in September that once I did over $7,500 in my business, that I would leave my job. And then he even backpedaled with me a little bit. He's like, man, you should keep going, keep doing this part-time. You're crushing it. Keep going at work, because work had so much momentum and was doing well there. And I just felt like there were some events and things that were happening that I'm not going to go into in this video, but I felt like it was time to make the leap. And I wanted to honor my commitment. I told myself once I hit $7,500, I would make the leap. And I was thinking, man, I'm doing this income part-time. What could I create doing it full-time? But in March of 2021, so the month that just ended, I did about $9,900 part-time in my business. So that was really, really exciting to have done over $9,900. Let's just call it 10 grand. And I really could have done more. I mean, I coasted like the last week and a half or so. I kind of let my foot off the pedal and really probably could have done more in my business. So super exciting. You take that with what I made at work, and I feel really good about making the transition. And then today's only April 2nd. As of today, I already have over $8,500 in commitments from clients that haven't yet paid, but they're signing up for April. So April's going to be a big month. And then I'm launching my Employee to Entrepreneur Summit. We're going to have over 500 people that wind up registering for that event. And I'm sure there's going to wind up being people that wind up reaching out to me and deciding to work with me and do my coaching. So April's going to be a really, really big month. My goal is to do over $25,000 in my business in April. It feels scary to say that and put that out there, but that's my goal. That's what I'm going to be hustling and working towards. So I'm really excited to do that, and I'm really excited to be full-time in my business. So that's my journey. So that's me quitting my job and becoming an entrepreneur. And so whether you want to start a business, whether you want to own a franchise, whether you want to quit your job, whether you want to start a side hustle, create passive income, or just more freedom and flexibility for your family, I get it. I understand. I've been there with all of that, and it's challenging because you've got to overcome the fear, you've got to overcome the overwhelm, the confusion, the willingness to work hard, to wake up early, to sacrifice some time away from your family in the beginning to make the transition and build up the momentum. And I get it, but it is worth it. I promise you it's worth it. And so I hope you join me for the Employee to Entrepreneur Summit, because it's going to be really, really, really exciting. These top business experts, and you're going to gain so much value out of it if that's something that's interesting to you, making the leap or trying to plan at some point to make the leap to entrepreneurship, or just create a side hustle and create a passive income. So let me know what you thought about this video. Drop me a comment below and tell me What are your plans, or what are your dreams or your thoughts about becoming an entrepreneur or creating a side hustle? I'd love to know what your goal is and what you're interested in. As always, please like and subscribe down below, and I will look forward to seeing you on the next one.